Recently we unboxed the Feiyu Tech AK4500, and in this video we're going to be reviewing it using some pumpkins, of course. But before we begin, let me talk about a comment that I received from Robert. Yes, thank you, Robert, on the last video. Yet another reviewer reviewing black kit wearing a black top. There's no contrast. So thanks to Robert, we're gonna be doing this little bit that's well overplayed, so you can help me pick which shirt I'm gonna be wearing for this review. So this one is the black shirt, light blue, dark gray, this cool green color, speckly blue, light gray, and dark blue. So let me know which is your favorite color, and we'll put a little poll up here, and whichever one it is, we're gonna go with for the video. 3, 2, 1, and the answer is, looks like we're going for the light gray in this video. Make sure to come back and see if the poll changes so we can go with a different color. Before we begin, check out the description below so you can find out more information as well as a link so you can get one for yourself. First up is a setup, and it is a breeze. There are 2 mounting plates on here. I'm using this top quick release plate. I just put that on the camera, which I'm using to film right here. And then if it's pushed right to the back spot, I can take it off, take it on, remount it, and guess what? It stays balanced because of this quick release plate. I love this thing, and it is a big deal. As far as balancing goes, there are little locks on all these axes, which will lock it into place, and that's gonna help you balance each piece at a time. I know some of the other gimbals are going with this now, and I really like that feature as well. That also comes in handy so it's not flopping around like crazy whenever you're trying to travel with it. You can lock everything down. The other big thing as far as setup with this is it does work with the Canon 80D. You can control the recording and such. I love that feature. I know I had to wait some time for some other gimbals to get there, so you can start and stop recording and take pictures with this, with the Canon 80D, right with the controls. The thing I don't like about this is it uses 4 batteries, and you have to use a separate charger, and you take them out to charge them up, and then you put them back in again. I would prefer to be able to just plug a cable right in here to charge them up. They do last for about 12 hours. That's gonna take you through the whole day, so you don't have to do this very often. Just a minor inconvenience that you are gonna have to take them out, put them in this charger, plug it in. It's just another thing to bring with you. My other little gripe, which isn't a big one, is this tripod grip. I feel these to be a little bit stiff. I wish this was a little bit looser here, easier to move out. Again, not a giant deal, but I wish that was a little bit looser. For the controls, just 1 second. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. 30 lives. Let me know in the comments below if you know what that one's from. The controls on this gimbal consist of a sliding joystick with 4 buttons around it, a touchscreen that's pretty large, a wheel that you can scroll as well as click on. There is a trigger as well as a side button. So lots of controls there. This gimbal also has the assumption that you do not need a phone to operate it. So all the functionality is accessible via this touchscreen. You can go through the menus. I found it to be decently intuitive, but you don't have to have an app. So if your battery runs out on your phone, you're still good to go. You can keep operating just fine. You have everything at your fingertips. If you got the standard kit, it also comes with this additional piece here, which you can have remotely or attached to it whenever you're in a lower angle. It also has the joystick on it, 2 buttons on the front, a button on the side, the trigger, as well as a wheel to do all those features as well. We'll talk about that a little bit later. All right, people want their pumpkins, so here we go, using the Canon 80D with the Sigma 18-35 1.8, a great combo, as well as the Feiyu Tech AK4500. Let's show you a montage of everything just working very smoothly. This llama guy over here. I think he's gonna try to eat the gimbal. It did everything I wanted it to. The footage is very smooth. It was easy to use, easy to control. Those low angles with this added accessory here makes it just a breeze. And I love those low angles. Whenever you go low to high or do a chasing one, it just adds so much excitement to the video. Next, we went to a pumpkin boat race, and yes, it is what it sounds like. You don't need to ask any questions. Of course, we race pumpkins around in boats. Well, I'm in a giant pumpkin that's really interesting here. We did some shots with the Sigma 18-35, but then I want to see where does this thing break down. So I used my Tamron 18-400. So this thing really causes issues for gimbals. This thing has a payload that can go up to 10.14 pounds, but I wanted to push it with the imbalancement. I don't have anything that gets up to that amount. A zoom lens is very difficult for gimbals, especially one that moves this much. This one is absolutely crazy, and I knew it would push it over its bounds, so I quickly balanced, installed it, went like a breeze, and then I was trying to see how far could I get this thing out before it really just tips it over beyond its abilities, because you can't balance it for obviously all these different ranges. I pushed it all the way through to about 100 millimeters before it finally got to its limits and couldn't go any further. And what happens when you get to this mark is you're gonna see a little bit of a kind of a jerky motion. And again, this isn't the gimbal's fault necessarily. This is just me testing the extremes of this thing, of what can it handle. So if you have a crazy zoom lens, you're gonna have to balance it for that particular area. If you go too far, you're gonna start to get a little bit of a jerkiness, but if you stay in a reasonable range, it'll be fine. So that is what we found from that, and yes, the people tipped over and they tried to race, and it doesn't really work. There's a reason why we don't use pumpkins for boats. I tried out the motion time lapse while I was there. I just positioned it at the beginning location, the end location, set up all the settings, worked right as advertised, and triggered the camera to take pictures throughout. Let's talk about the accessories, and this is the Hyperlink remote, which I now have attached in a mode where it's easier for either a two-hand grip or a lower underslung mode. I will say this is very nice, so you can do some adjustments without having to grab onto this part, so you can do it right from this remote. The other thing it allows you to do is this is wireless. It's not connected through any wires whatsoever. So I could go put this down on the beach and use this as a remote to control the unit itself, not having to use my app. I could use the app to do it, but this will give me all the different things I want to do. The thing I don't like so far on it is I haven't been able to really get that joystick to customize where I want it and fine tune the movement to get it slow enough. I can use the wheel to change each axis at a time, and I can get smoother movements, perhaps some more fiddling with the settings. I'll be able to figure that out. The other accessory is the focus system, which you put on here. You just mount it up, very simple. You put this around your lens, and you're gonna be able to use this wheel to basically turn that as you go in and out to keep that focus. This is great, especially for those lenses that struggle holding autofocus if you're moving quickly, or if you want to really customize your pulling and pushing of focus. A quick few notes, there is that Inception, which is the infinite 360 roll, which gives you that artistic flair to your video. You can do a selfie shot, just don't have this thing attached here because it's gonna get in your way. And you can also do a portrait mode where it's gonna rotate at 90 degrees, giving you that look for maybe TikTok or #Vert. You're welcome, Benjamin. There are a lot of little accessories that come with this, and I wish it came with a pouch for them. I'm gonna have to go pick something up. These accessories are great because it's gonna work with a lot of different cameras. It's just things that you need to organize. Overall, I think this is a viable option for DSLRs with a large payload. It has a ton of accessories, a ton of features. I am still trying to fine tune it exactly how I want it, but it's definitely something that I've been using for a lot of my videos lately, trying it out, testing it out. So if you go back and look and see some smooth footage, it's probably from this thing right here. This has been Paul with the Feiyu Tech AK4500. Thank you for watching.